Hello everybody, and I want to talk about the most underappreciated shrimp line that I can think of, and that is the Snowball Shrimp. They are whitish clear in color, but the way they get their name, snowballs, is the females, when they're buried, their eggs are white and you can see through them, and they look like little snowballs. The snowballs have become one of my favorite lines personally for a couple reasons I'll talk about throughout this video. And so I wanted to do this video. I had a tank I wanted to work on, and this is my 20 gallon long snowball tank. Now this is a tank that I don't sell any shrimp out of. I'm just trying to breed the best shrimp in here. And this tank is really hard to get at. That's all the space. You'll see how that becomes a problem later. But this tank, it has pretty much gone untouched since probably around, I think I started this tank sometime around Thanksgiving maybe. And here I am playing with my new wide angle lens. I'm actually up close to the tank and working over the camera. And look at that. I could not even fit my hand in there. But what I do with with these 20 gallon longs is I let them put a bunch of shrimp in there, let them breed out, select the best, keep the best ones. Now you will see there'll be some oddball snowballs, but they're pretty true. That's one of the reasons why I like breeding them so much. They've become one of my favorite lines, is they're about as true as it can get. Now, they're also, another fun fact about snowball shrimp is they are a different subspecies than what some of the other ones are. Now, some old charts call it palmata. Some of the newer ones call it, I can't even say it, starts with a Z, I believe, Zangzisis, or I don't know it. I'll type it up here. I'll put it on here. But yeah, they're different subspecies, but don't let that confuse you. They will still breed with all Neocaridina. So you mix them with something else, you put them with something else, they're going to end up mixing. So keep that in mind. Just because they are that little cool thing about the subspecies, different subspecies, they still will interbreed with all the other Neos. Another reason why I love these guys, they are one of the most prolific, most toughest lines I've ever had. I mean, most of them are all about the same, but there are some lines that can be a little more finicky than others, and some that no matter what you throw these guys in, they breed. There's some lines that I hope these guys do good, you know. Sometimes they don't always take off right away. But the snowballs, no matter what you put them in, and just look how many shrimp come out of this moss. After I got done pulling all the moss, look at, there's one of them oddball ones right there up close, and I believe we even found like a red really one in here, so that's kind of weird. So you can see they're all pretty much uniform. You'll see one with like hints of reddish or something, and every once in a while you'll see ones like that pop up. But pretty much, I mean, this is what you see is what you get. Now I'm trying to see that one right there has kind of a off-color tint to it. I'm trying to get the most white ones, and look at them. Oh my gosh, they liked whatever was on that brick. Look at all of them scurrying on that brick. And this is one of the lower level tanks, and it has a heater. It's only set at like 70 or 72. There's a red really, a male red really looking one, and I know I saw a buried female red really one, because when I was catching all the shrimp out, I specifically caught that one out, made sure it come out. But now just look at them. Oh my gosh. Now you can see how these guys really pop on a black substrate. I mean, and especially when you got this many of them. Oh man. Like I said, these time lapses are my favorite part. And I was able to do the wide angle lens on the time lapse, so I was able to get really close up and zoom in, but still get almost the whole tank. So that's cool. And while this is good, you can see the shrimp are getting less in number. What I was doing, I was catching out the good buried ones and the better ones that I saw. Then I was just making huge scoops out. There's a whole bunch that I just dumped straight into the Skittles tank, which, I mean, that's one of the purposes of these tanks where I'm breeding the best I can. I let them breed out for 6 months to a year. And I take out all the shrimp, keep only the very best ones, and all the others go into the Skittles tank because the website Skittles are really popular, so I sell a whole bunch of those. And that's how I keep the Skittles in stock and keep them fresh and looking good. And let me tell you, I've never really added Skittles to I've never added snowballs to the Skittles tank, and they really pop. It really look good. But like, those are all the ones that are going in the Skittles tank, and then there's another one with just as many as that. And then I tried to get this dropped in there when I put them all in there, and I screwed up and forgot to hit record. But like, look at all the snowballs and the Skittles. They really pop in here. Those white shrimp, you can tell how white they are when you see them next to a blue or a red or an orange or some wild thing in the Skittles tank. You got this pure white shrimp in there. They really pop. I just wish when I dumped them all in there, it was really awesome. It looked like it was snowing. It was cool. So now look at this. I had to work on this tank. You can see there's still a few shrimp in there. Look at this. Watch out, Mr. Pleco. Get out of the way, bub. This is where I'm trying to put the filter back in. Come on, get out of the way. Come on, little Pleco guy. Oh man. So I have to actually drain the tank out to where it's just an inch of water, so then I can pull it out, and that's the only way I can get my hand in there and work on this tank. So this tank is a complete disaster. That's why I've got the Snowball Shrimp in there that I really don't have to mess with that much. So that tank is literally, I can get my hose in there, do my water changes, and that's all this tank ever gets done to it until this, once or twice a year. Just growing out a bunch of shrimp, trying to make better snowballs. And man, that was a pretty good idea to put snowballs in the Skittles tank, because those are awesome. All right, we got our filter set back in there, Brick. Push the tank back into place. Get her all lined up before we start filling her up. And before we start filling her up, I do my little bit of safe, and I just use tap water. And this is the process of putting the keepers back in the tank. Now there's still a handful I didn't get out of there, but I made sure there weren't any oddball ones in there. So I mean, again, out of hundreds and hundreds of shrimp, there's only a few oddballs. And of course, not all the shrimp go in the net the first try, so we have to, I'm recording while I'm doing this. Get some more water, splash it around. And there's this one shrimp, oh my gosh. Alright, we're down to one shrimp. Let's see. There he is right there. And he's still in there. Oh my god, come on, dude. This is getting crazy. Alright, he went in there. And see, it's hard to even get the net in there. This thing is horrible to work on. And the moss started floating up on me. But look at all of them go. And these guys are so prolific. So one of the reasons why I've done it to this tank is that this tank had already reached the point where there's so many shrimp in there. I don't feel like there could be much more shrimp. It's gotten to the point where the breeding had slowed down. So then that's when I pull them all out and restart it. See what we can do. So snowballs are awesome. If you haven't tried them, you should try them. They're super easy. I mean, almost all Neos are the same, but these guys truly are tougher and more prolific than other lines. And remember, they are different subspecies, but they will interbreed with all Neos. And look at, here we come back to the Skittles tank. And look how those whites just pop in there, man. That looks so good. I'm so happy with this. So, if you guys enjoyed the snowballs, and maybe you didn't know about snowballs and now you do, and they look pretty awesome. If you're interested in snowball shrimp, I got them at my website, markshellyaquatics.com. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.